Poland, European Union, Council of Europe, Facts and Propaganda. In waves of unwarranted domestic and international political and media criticism towards the newly elected Polish authorities under President Andrzej Duda and Prime Minister Beata Szydło of the Conservative Reform Party, Law and Justice, public opinion is repeatedly exposed to inaccuracies and misrepresentations. Why? And what is really going on? Let us give microphone to the expert, Mrs. Lidia Sokołowska-Cybart, lawyer-linguist from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
It is worth repeating facts again and again to prevent imprinting false messages and subconscious acceptance for unlawful and undemocratic fait accompli to the detriment of democracy and the rule of law in Europe. Fact 1. There is no EU legal procedure under the so-called rule of law framework as claimed to have been initiated against Poland by the European Commission on January 13, 2016. The rule of law framework does not bind either Poland or other EU member states or any other legal entity for that matter, except perhaps the Commission itself. Therefore, the Commission acted unlawfully, attempting to introduce unilaterally some procedures based on fait accompli. There are some background information to be cited and useful. The procedure has appeared recently in a document based apparently on an internal resolution of the Commission, called quite satirically the Rule of Law Framework. According to the Commission, and now I'm citing, the new framework does not constitute or claim new competencies for the Commission, but makes transparent how the Commission exercises its role under the treaties. So what is precisely the Commission's role under the treaties? Under Article 7 of the Treaty on the European Union, as there is no other relevant European Union law. The European Council, acting by unanimity on a proposal by 1/3 of the member state or by the Commission, and after obtaining the consent of the European Parliament, may determine the existence of a serious and persistent breach by a member state of the values referred to in Article 2, after inviting the member state in question to submit its observation. So, under this Article 7 of TEU, it is the European Council and not the Commission who has the authority to determine the status of the rule of law and other values in a member state. The Commission merely has the right to make a proposal to the European Council, the same role as any 1/3 of the member states, and no other role. Fact 2. The Commission's internal resolutions, called the Rule of Law Framework, and the resolution to apply it against Poland on 13th January 2016, have been adopted in a non-transparent, substandard way. For example, there is no citation on the specific legal authority for the resolutions, no description of specific factual and normative objections, no description of each party's position, no data on votes or dissents, not even on whether there was any voting at all. Not to mention the names of the authors of the resolution or any expert opinions considered or rejected, including an opinion of the so-called Venice Commission, requested and awaited already by Poland. Regrettably, there are also mixed, confusing messages from President Jean-Claude Juncker and First Vice President Franz Timmermans on the Commission's position, as Polish Foreign Minister Witold Waszczykowski informs. Therefore, the Commission proceeds not only without any legal basis, but also in a non-transparent, hasty, and substandard manner. It is the common knowledge that the commissioners are not elected. The method of selecting a candidate for a commissioner is non-transparent as well, exercised arbitrarily, without any public scrutiny or procedure, as is the case of President Jean-Claude Juncker, as well as Vice President Franz Timmermans. Therefore, the Commission has no democratic mandate. Fact 4. The European Parliament may discuss any topic within the scope of the EU law. Yet, before the European Council decides to initiate any procedure under Article 7 of TEU, there is no legal procedure against Poland available unilaterally to the Parliament either. Therefore, any resolution of the Parliament against Poland at this time would be solely political and would have no legal meaning. Fact 5. The Council of Europe, abbreviated CE, is a legal entity separate from the European Union, and the decision not to include any discussion on Poland in its agenda, taken on 25th of January 2016, by its Parliamentary Assembly, which is a body consisting of members of national parliaments of 47 member states, including all 28 EU members, has no formal legal bearing on the working of EU itself. The Venice Commission, a constitutional expert organization consisting of member states as well as individual expert members, is an organization working within the Council of Europe, not the European Union. As mentioned, the Venice Commission will provide in March or April, on request of Poland, the first internationally recognized expert opinion on the recent statutory changes of the Constitutional Tribunal in Poland. Therefore, the decision of the CE Parliamentary Assembly, taken on 25th January 2016, is politically important and may be indicative of some European political trends, but not necessarily mean any positive change in the EU Commission's position yet. The opinion of the CE Venice Commission on Poland's request will be significant and will have to be considered by the EU Commission as well as Poland. Fact 6. There are significant issues requiring urgent attention and solutions by the institutions and all EU member states. Migration crisis, terrorism, Euro problems, Brexit, Nord Stream 2, and many, many more. There are also serious confirmed and urgent concerns in Germany and other EU members in the aftermath of the arbitrary decision of Chancellor Angela Merkel on migration, both on the media freedom as well as the rule of law. Most significantly, the former German Constitutional Tribunal judges spoke about breaking the law by Merkel herself. At long last, why is the unelected EU Commission allowed to take up illegally the case of the newly democratically elected Polish authorities on the alleged unconfirmed rule of law and media issues, while ignoring serious concerns in other EU members, certainly at the expense of valuable resources diverted from resolving very serious all-European issues?
Exactly. Why is the unelected EU Commission allowed to take up illegally this case? TV Niezależna Polonia, Kanada, Wacław Kujbida.